It's hard sometimes to ask for help. I'm a man who holds on to pride. It's important to me. And I can honestly say that worse than the violence, worse than losing my home, losing my friends, was losing the ability to provide for myself. Losing my pride, my dignity. And as bad as it ever got, I still never asked for help. There was a woman who found me in the camp, in the rain. In all my life, I will never forget this woman. She came to the place where I was living, this tin shed with no door that I shared with like 6 other men. She'd seen me and maybe asked about me. I don't know how she found me and all those people, but she found me at my worst. She had come to help, and I was so rude to her. I yelled at her. I told her to go away. But she was persistent. She stayed with me for 3 hours, filling out this form. I was angry that she would try to help me, and I was embarrassed that I couldn't understand this piece of paper and what she wanted. I remember I stared at her feet. White shoes in the mud. But she made me look at her. This woman made me spell my name, made me answer all of her questions. It was the processing papers. I know now that that paper brought me out of the camp. That paper brought me to this country. I don't know if it was her job or if she was just like this kind woman who had 3 hours to give to a stranger. I don't even know her name. I never saw her again after that, but she changed my life. I thank God for this woman every day.
What is home? Please, that is a soft question. It is a spoiled question asked from your soft, wet heart. This is not a place for such questions. This is a place of dust and heat and parched earth. What can cracked lips tell you in a place like this? Our tongues are too dry for such talk. There are much better questions. Why must I walk 7 miles for water? Will my children die of thirst? Will our hearts wither in this dusty place? What is home? I don't know. But I can tell you of love. Love is a jug of water hauled across the desert.
Good luck.
Because I just wanted, he kept calling me at night, all hours of the night, calling my husband, my brother, calling me every day. He's after me, and I was devastated. I was without a job, without a salary. I was trying to get unemployment, and I was told it first kicks in after a few weeks. And I was busy looking for another job, and I also have a heart condition, and I told him I have a heart condition. I said, here, take a few dollars. I'm sorry this happened to you. Just leave me alone. I'm not the person who deposited us money.
Myself, April, Tammy, and Brad.
I've always considered myself fairly aware of my surroundings. I mean, I know what's going on. I'm not blind to the horrible things all over the world. Car bombings, genocide, refugee camps. The world's a shitty place. I'm a pessimist, by the way. I read the Wikipedia article of the day every morning and watch CNN before bed every night. I'm not ignorant to the world. What? And keeping it real, what the hell can I do? I am a poor graduate student living in Destinopolis just trying to get by. So, I've been volunteering some of my time with this family that just arrived in Destinopolis a few months ago. They're refugees, a father, a mother, and their 3 daughters. Pretty amazing family. They have changed inevitably who I am as a human being. These people just need friends, you know? Someone to teach them about life in Destinopolis, make them feel at home and comfortable. So one of the first days of volunteering, I take the mother and eldest daughter to the grocery store. Standard stuff, right? The mother hands me this bundle of coupons and this book. The government has placed them on a program allotting them a certain amount of food per week because they have children. So I open up this book, and I begin thumbing through a sea of words and images, and I begin to think, if I weren't here, how the fuck was this family supposed to do this? Furthermore, this list sucks. 1 gallon of milk, 2 boxes of cereal, but not any cereal any real kid would like that grainy, dry, nasty, shitty stuff. 1 bag of beans, 1 can of juice, not from concentrate, but how someone not from Destinopolis would know what the fuck concentrate was is beyond me. 12 eggs, and 2 blocks of cheese. Now, I didn't know what or how to go about getting this stuff, so I walk up to this 19-year-old pimple-faced kid and I ask him how to go about getting the stuff on my list. He was rude, despondent, and unwilling to help. He pointed in the general directions of certain foods and then dismissed me as if I was no one. As I looked around the grocery store, I realized that this was a regular occurrence in this grocery store. I realized that I was just another face in the sea of undesirables. And at that moment, I realized that this world and this country and this city was a shitty place to live. I turned and saw the mother and daughter. They seemed lost or swept away in the fervor of the grocery store. The mother caught my eye and she smiled as her daughter clutched that box of shitty cereal she had finally decided upon. And it was in that moment that I realized that I didn't want them to be as pessimistic about their new country and their new home as I was.